In order to get the most benefit out of your Technigrip purchase, these videos will demonstrate techniques for prepping your workpieces and handling a variety of part-making applications. This second case study will demonstrate how to best utilize the Technigrip work-holding platform on parts where there is a warp or material stress relief. This typically involves completely requalifying a new locating surface, but with the Technigrip, you are able to minimize this step, as we will show you during this video. At times, when you rough machine a part, you get an unusual amount of warp. In conventional ways of machining, what they would do is rough the material, flip it over, rough the other side, and then let it stress relief. You would then hold it in a free state and requalify a surface to hold on to. Warping also happens sometimes when the material is sent out for heat treat. This has been a big dilemma when you're using a dovetail. Sometimes the part warps after you rough it, and you need to requalify the existing dovetail. The process of requalifying the dovetail does not always need to include establishing an entirely new dovetail. After rough machining, there's going to be a significant amount of warp in this part. What we do in these cases is establish an initial dovetail depth of 150 thousandths deep. On a Technigrip, you're locating on this surface, and you need it to be as flat as possible. You don't necessarily have to create a whole new dovetail. All you have to do is just do a minimum cleanup on this surface. This is why we created a dovetail with extra depth, so we have enough material to just simply recut the surface. We will also recut new locating holes to ensure we locate the part properly in relation to our requalified surface. When we initially put in our locating holes and we prepped the part for our Technigrip, we left enough room to re-establish new locating holes when we recut the dovetail surface. So starting out, for this particular part, we hold the part on our initial dovetail and rough it. After roughing it, we will hold onto it in a free state and just re-skim the surface of the dovetail flat and establish two new locating holes into the part. What this does is give you a flat surface to locate on after your part's been material stress relieved or heat treated. Essentially, you've requalified a flat surface. In cases of aluminum, a lot of the time you're doing a large amount of hogging out. In most cases, people just re-establish a whole new dovetail by mowing off the old one and making a whole new dovetail, which requires more material. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is cut your initial dovetail deep enough to where you can just come in and do a minimum cleanup after the warp has occurred on the part. You hold the part and then cut the dovetail flat again. The clamps are going to flow to the re-established dovetail automatically. You just need to make sure your holding surface is flat and your two locating holes have been re-established as well, because these may be warped along with the entire workpiece. This video has demonstrated a unique way to overcome warping and material stress relief when using a Technigrip. If you're interested in learning more about the Technigrip platform, please visit our website at www.technigrip.com.